Alright fellas, we back at it with Project E-Ruck here. Doing a quick walk around this thing. You can see it's starting to come together and starting to look like a ruckus again. A lot of progress this month. A lot of solid machine parts, a lot of finished parts. Getting ready to go out with these kits. Major thing that we upgraded is the shock mount here. No more of that laser cut, water jet, welded thing, just a full solid billet piece. We did incorporate the little part here from our nut buster, and it just worked out perfect with the rest of the center shock mount. Those bolts, don't worry about them. We're gonna put some nice M10 dress-up washers on there, and then this right here is just not done. Moving over to the side plates, you can see they're all machined out. No more sandwiches and stacking and nonsense in there. Just solid, sick billet pieces. Eric really came through with machining those out. We got the little M10 washers in there as well. We kind of had to use those, and they just ended up working out perfect. They have a little extra thickness to it opposed to our regular ones, just because those bolts are too long or too short and they didn't have the right size, so that worked out perfect. Moving to the other side over here, you can see the lower mount for the shock. Super beefy, should have no problem with that. And then over here on the swing arm, this is a thought. So the nut that comes with this is just ginormous, and it's an eyesore. So we've seen some of these Harley guys that drill and tap this bolt for an M10, and then they'll run a nice dress-up washer with an M10 bolt, and just it kind of ties everything together versus having that nut coming through the outside. So that's an idea. Battery tray, look at this thing. Surprised I got this done in one shot, but this is gonna be the extended range battery. It adds about like 6 inches to the back of extra cells, and we're gonna add an extra row to the top. So this is gonna get you about 50 miles of range. If you take a peek in there, we bent it by hand, so you can see there's a lot of relief cuts in there. But the real deal is gonna be bent from a solid piece. It's not gonna have those separations. And moving along to the design over here, check out the new wheels that we're building 2 Ruckuses, so this is one of the wheel designs we're gonna be using. And as you can see, the sprocket on the other side does match, and that thing looks just amazing. Kind of sucks because it just keeps tagging on to the price, but when you come this far, I don't know that you want to use the one from China anymore. So I got to reach out to the pre-sale guys and see what they're thinking or what wheels they're using, see if they want to upgrade, or we can use the OG style. But we've come this far, I don't think they're gonna want to use that China one anymore. But it's really coming together. As you can see, you got some carbon fiber peeking through there. Someone reached out. I'm not gonna mention his name yet, but it's like, dude, I'm working some carbon fiber. What if we put some caps on there? It's like, you know what? Let me draw something up. Came up with this. I was messing with it. Got a little arrow going in there, so you guys can keep that ruckus going in a straight line when you're hauling ass. No, I'm just kidding. It's more for show, but he's making me a battery box right now. We'll see how that comes out, and we'll go from there. Little quick update what's going on in the shop. Here's more wheels. Some of these are going to Japan. SCR Works and Ruck heads. We got those in there. Yeah, it's a little bit of M7s, Twisties, BBS RS. Just a whole array of styles, and then the 2 for my E-Ruck. And this one right here is the rear for my E-Ruck. That's gonna be like that turbo fin wheel. Machine's making magic happen, and Eric over here doing it up with that tool path for the shock mount. So he has all the first side done. And he's running this on our TM1, smaller machine. Still gets it done though. So you can see everything. He has the soft jaws in there. And after he knocks off that top piece, it ends up coming out something like that. It's quite a bit of work that goes into these. I think we got like 5 ops into it. So where it's at now, we got the borer pocket right there, drill and tap in there, and then we still have to make the caps to clamp it in the back. Super trick piece, and I think it's gonna be worth it. Nothing like a solid piece of billet instead of water jet parts. Right here you can see this is for the cush drives. We're machining out some bushings we got from China. Terrible quality, so we're gonna make our own. We have a whole video coming out on that, and here we are with the E-Grom. So this motor is sold it to the Viejones. They still owe me $500, but we got this bad boy on here, gear reduced. That's us use OEM Grom sprockets. We can swap sprockets front, back, in and out, whatever, depending on the gearing we like. We should be able to, I think even with the stretch, we're gonna be popping some wheelies. Here's the updated controller. This is the Voltol EM2 S or SP, something like that. Smaller footprint, but packed the same punch as the other one. and it should be a better piece than the OG one. And we will be using that on the Ruckus. All right, so what we're gonna do today is we're gonna make one of these guys, but better. These are off of Ducati. They're cool, but they are not the business. They got a bunch of porosity. We gotta machine them down. They were like out of round, so we're gonna make our own. This is just a prototype. Eventually, we're gonna machine this mold out of aluminum, but for now, just to see if it's gonna work. Show you what's up. So you can see that's a bolt head, and then this has the polyurethane around it. This is our version of that. I torqued down that nut there just so I can get that height, because you cannot buy a bolt like that. I'm actually going to use a grade 8.8 black oxide bolt that you see. Just because it's stainless, I've seen them shear, split in half. The 8.8s are a little bit stronger. First thing first, I got this stuff that's in place here in town. Super knowledgeable guys. I'll post a picture of the business card. I went in there and they had tons of hardnesses and thicknesses, viscosities, and it's crazy. I don't know enough about it to say anything, but they got me this and they said give it a shot. So this is going to be like a wax that we're cooking, so it doesn't stick to the pan. Spray that inside of our mold, and then this is going to just let it separate once it dries, so it's not sticking to the mold. I'm going to say that's good enough. This one we wanted to stick to that, so I'm not putting anything on there. So let's put that in there. Let that bottom out. Put this in the bottom just so it's nice and level. Start pouring these guys. Here's your part A. It's just a 1-to-1 mixture. Part B. I'm gonna hit it with some dye so we can get a red. I was gonna do transparent red, but I've seen like polyurethane motor mounts on Hondas and stuff. I like the solid red, so went with the solid red. Eyeball that. I don't know how much I'm supposed to put in there. I'm gonna say that's good enough. Mix it super good. I'm gonna pour this thing out. Nice consistent color in there. So now I'm gonna do a nice slow pour, just so I don't get any porosity in there, bubbles, etc. Mind you, I already did this one time with the other mixture, so that's why that bolt head's already machined. It's kind of ready to the thickness. So I'm gonna try to get it just enough that I don't overflow. So this, we have those other samples there. We've probably been trying for about 2 hours now. So yeah, you probably won't see it on this episode, but on the next one, I'll show you the finished product.